Job was a man who seemed to have everything: wealth, health, a loving family, and a solid reputation in his community. He was known as a righteous man, someone who lived with integrity and devotion to God. But then, one day, his world crumbled. It started with a series of catastrophic events. His livestock were stolen or killed, his servants were murdered, and, worst of all, his children died in a sudden disaster. Job's body was then afflicted with painful sores, leaving him in agony. His friends, who came to visit, could only watch in horror as he sat in ashes, mourning the loss of everything. In his grief, Job was faced with the question that many of us wrestle with in times of suffering: why is this happening to me? Job searched for answers, but none came. His friends suggested that he must have done something wrong, that he was being punished for some hidden sin. Job, however, knew deep down that he had not done anything to deserve such suffering. He even wrestled with God, asking why a righteous person like him had to endure such pain. But through all the confusion, anger, and doubt, Job never turned away from his faith. He questioned, he wept, but he never gave up on God. Finally, God spoke to Job, not with answers, but with a reminder of the vastness of his wisdom and power. Job realized that there were things beyond his understanding, that his human perspective was limited. In the end, Job humbled himself before God, acknowledging that God's ways were far beyond his comprehension. And, in the end, God restored everything Job had lost, blessing him even more than before. One of the most powerful and well-known verses from the story of Job is found in Job 121. After experiencing the tragic loss of his children and wealth, Job says, "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised." This verse is a profound expression of Job's acceptance and trust in God's sovereignty, even in the face of immense suffering. Despite everything being taken from him, Job recognizes that all he had was a gift from God, and he chooses to honor God's name rather than curse or blame him. It's a powerful statement of faith and resilience, showing that true worship isn't conditional on our circumstances, but rooted in the belief that God's will is beyond our understanding.